When I was 19 years old, I was already loving the Lord and serving the Lord. We had a little music group where we traveled around with a group of my friends, and we did musical Christian concerts. And then I was appointed the one to do the preaching. So I would preach after we would do these little concerts, and we did all kind of evangelistic events. I was in Columbia, South Carolina at the time. We did a lot of stuff down at Fort Jackson for the soldiers that were there and so forth. So we had a lot of evangelistic opportunities. So I was doing ministry at this point in my life. College years. But I'd not yet felt a call to ministry in the sense of full-time ministry. So I was trying to make my plans professionally in terms of what I would study in college and what I would do for the rest of my life. And the second year of college, I had been, my college was about 2 hours away from my hometown. And so I'd been home for the weekend. I was driving back to the college on late Sunday night. And I'd been praying in the car and praising God in the car, and had this little car that I'm there worshiping God in. And as I'm on a country road there heading back to school, all alone in the car worshiping God, the Holy Spirit filled that little car that I was in and spoke to my heart and said, "Are you willing to give me your life and give up your plans and do what I want you to do?" That was that question that God, are you willing to lay down your plans and do what I want you to do? My next question was, what are they? What are your plans? I'd like to have more information. Okay. Don't we always want more information from God, right? If you could just kind of fill in the blanks a little bit before I have to answer this, that would really be helpful to me, and then I can kind of weigh all the options here and see, if I'm really wanting to do this or not. And God did not choose to answer me on that one. He gave me no indication in terms of what that was going to look like. All he was asking was, will you lay down what you said you want to be with your life and do with your life, and will you accept my call in your life to go into the ministry? Now, that was not a desire for me because my dad was in the ministry, and I saw the pain, the challenges, the sacrifices that went along with my dad, the pressures that went along with ministry, and so it wasn't a very attractive thing. It wasn't like being a pastor is awesome. No, it was like being a pastor was the last thing I wanted to do. Okay. But God said, are you willing? Are you willing to follow me? And I said, yes. And there in that car that night, something of Dale O'Sheill's died in that little car that night. My plans died, and my will died. Not all of it, but some of my will died that night. And I laid it on the altar, and I said, God, I'm giving it to you. I don't know how it's going to work out. And there's been a very circuitous route that's led me to where I'm at today, because God never leads you where you can figure anything out, okay?